Leo, welcome to your mid-May 2021 General Tarot Update. It's Raina here. I was actually toying with the idea of just going right into late May because we certainly are at that period, but I'm going to hold off on that. This is the Wild Unknown Tarot deck that I use occasionally. Wow. So we have like a very kind of an emotional reading here. I don't know if you're going through anything. Let's see. I'm trying to think about anything you might be going through astrologically, but can't think of anything offhand. I'm sure I could find something. Let me see, how can I do this? So the heart of the matter is represented by the Seven of Swords. This can be a card of you keeping your own counsel, maybe planning something behind the scenes or planning it in secret, if you want to call it that, because you don't want to get discouraged, or just somebody trying to get one up on you. So there's kind of that, a little bit of that scheming quality, but this can also be coming from another person. If you have experienced infidelity recently, and maybe you have felt this sense of somebody being dishonest with you. This can even be like physical theft of property, and wondering who did it or knowing who did it, and just a question of will this come out, or what's going to happen. In the past position we have the Ace of Cups, so that's why I say this may be more of a relationship issue than anything else. Ace of Cups is new beginnings in love. So with that Seven of Swords, are you doing something behind the scenes? Are you, like, have you fallen in love with someone and you're not sharing that information? I don't know if you would do this to a current partner, if you would cheat on them, because Leos tend to be very loyal, and that might not be something that you would think of doing. But perhaps it's an emotional affair, and maybe it's not even an affair, but you have an infatuation for someone, or you're just keeping your feelings to yourself. With the Seven of Swords, if you are involved in a marriage and you have met somebody new, you may be trying to figure out a way to get out of your relationship without it causing a scandal or what have you. So you're being discreet. I think that's the best way of putting it. But if there's nothing like that going on, then maybe somebody that you're sweet on, as they used to say, you're keeping that to yourself because perhaps you don't want that scrutiny for some reason. The higher message is the Three of Cups. This is a card of friendship and celebration. And as the higher message, I would read this as you are a social person who loves to have fun. And so if you have been in a situation where somebody has dragged you down because of their problems, and yes, I would normally think of a romantic situation, but I guess it could happen in any type of relationship, but you have to really consider whether that person is a good person to have in your life altogether, because maybe you're involved with somebody who is just not good for you, and they are generating negative energy within you because of their bad behavior. The bad vibes are rubbing off on you. And although you may have had good times with this person here and there, or maybe it was consistently in the past and something changed within them. Maybe they started cheating or just acting very sketchy. And you want to give them an extra shot at things, but you just don't know if you have it within yourself. Especially if somebody has come along that has made you think of love in a different way. And it might be the way that they talk to you, and they talk to you with respect, and they care about your opinions, and that seems like such a novelty compared to what you've dealt with. What crosses you is the Five of Cups. This is a card of mourning the loss of something. And it's possible, Leo, that you are doing a lot of, I was going to say spiritual bypassing, but, the emotional version of it, where you're trying to stay upbeat, but perhaps if there has been a serious disappointment, you need to let it all out. This is a card of grief, and maybe you have blocked grief, and you just don't know how to process it. And it might be as simple as spending more time alone. But as the Seven of Swords, that's why I think when I got the Three of Cups, I was thinking, have you been spending too much time alone and not getting back out and enjoying life because somebody has brought you down and made you feel very like you want to keep to yourself. So it's kind of like a contradictory thing that I'm saying, because I do think that people need time alone when they have gone through emotional problems, but I also think that they need the support of people around them to kind of help them put things in a larger perspective, for them to know that other people care, and so on and so forth. So the grief process can be multifaceted for sure, but being able to acknowledge that grief is very important. And sometimes I think because Leo wants to appear strong and confident, that you might not want to admit that somebody has made you feel bad about yourself. And when I say made you, you know that I don't mean that anybody can make you, but their behavior has influenced you to, question your sense of worth, or something like that. Was coming in another spiritual card, the High Priestess. And this obviously, I said another. I mean, actually, none of the cards so far have been cards that I would associate with spiritual matters. Except the Ace of Cups can be something if you are initiating a healing to help yourself along, then maybe that is on the spiritual level. But this is a card of somebody who is tuning into their higher self, and maybe also they know that there's more to the story. Something else is going on, and that's definitely it's funny, I'm wearing a t-shirt that's the High Priestess. I forgot that I was wearing it. And yeah, there's more to the story, something else, like that Seven of Swords. You may be able to sense, and this may be a new love that this is happening to with the Ace of Cups. So if you have met somebody new and that person is presenting themselves in a certain way, and maybe you've heard conflicting stories about what is really going on, listen to those stories. If other people around you are saying, oh, so-and-so, you're into that person, well, they are still involved with somebody else. Don't discount them and get angry and say, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. They told me that they're divorced or something like that. Listen, doesn't mean that it's true, but it certainly bears paying attention to, because this can come out, and maybe it can come out in a very ugly way, and you find out the truth, and it's not very pleasant because you were in denial over it. So the more information you can gain on a subject, the better. And the outcome is the Son of Cups, which is the Knight of Cups. And this is a card. So here we have these cups. How many cups do I have here? I actually, yeah, and I have the Three of Cups. So well, not every card. The High Priestess, to me, is connected to the water element. I have no idea if that's true, but it's intuitive for sure. But just in terms of, like, forgetting that card, I have 4 out of the 6 that are cups. So that's pretty significant. And the Knight of Cups can be an offer of love. So maybe you're trying to stay away from anything, and somebody comes up to you, and somebody that you would be interested in, and they make the first move. And then you feel this sense of, like, your confidence restored, because you feel like you are desirable, you are attractive to somebody else, and that instantly makes you feel better. Leos are very easy to flatter, because they can, they're totally open to the idea that they are great. It's funny because my partner and I are both Sun in Sagittarius, and we both have the moon in Virgo. But for a long time, I thought his moon was in Leo. I can't remember why. Maybe it changed on that day. I can't remember. And he told me when he was a kid, he used to have a mug that said, "It's hard to be humble when you're as great as I am," or something like that. And so that's what that's what I'm referring to with Leo. But the thing about the Knight of Cups, I mean, this can even be something that is very creative. And Leos tend to be very creative. And the two of you are making beautiful music together, for instance, something like that. And, that sense of the Seven of Swords, it's not so much self-protection. If it is something that you're doing, like, you're on your own, it's more like, how do I get out of this sticky situation? How do I extricate myself without everything blowing up? So that's really what is the thing. Now, if this is work-related, you might get a job offer, but it's something coming from the heart. So the Ace of Cups says you may have, like, engaged in a course of study that involves the healing arts, and then you get some kind of an offer, or creative matters. So anyway, that's what I have for you, Leo. I hope that this resonated. If you would like a private reading, the link is below. Take care. Bye.